Hello again. I'm back. Yes, very nice. Very nice. Yeah. So still lumpy because it's 2 seconds since I recorded my last video. I wonder how long this will last. Really, it's really strange. But yeah, now I don't know what to talk about because I really just stopped the other one and the other video and started recording this one. I just know that I need to talk a lot about things, getting things straight in my head. But right now I don't. I kind of lost a topic. But maybe like back, I will continue on like Tinder and stuff. If you, I don't know, just watch this. It doesn't really matter if you haven't seen the previous one, I guess. But just saying that I was considering getting Tinder, and I'm not sure if I'm still not sure if I want to do it or not. Hmm. It's very. I mean, as I said before, or yeah, I should try it out at least. I mean, nothing can really go wrong. The worst case scenario is that I actually like meet someone and I chat with them a bit and meet up with them whenever, and I fall in love with that person like for real, or at least to some sense, to some extent rather. Very. My voice is cracking a lot now, but I think because I'm also like a little bit overwhelmed at the moment, so I feel very emotional generally, and then my voice keeps cracking a lot more for some reason. Feel like an angsty teenager. I've basically always been an angsty teenager. Probably will be that even when I'm grown up to some extent. Which I also have to some other extent, but yeah, I don't know. Tinder, strange thing. It's just I'm also really afraid of like I don't like I'm very weak for rejection. I don't take it well. Um, in the sense, I like some people are persistent after, like in that way. They don't like reaction, but or rejection. That they keep going, and either it's fucking weird, I guess, or it you might be able to turn things around from there. But I've get very discouraged or crushed when stuff like that happen. Like I don't take bad news, bad happenings very well. I get very like easily just crushed when something bad happens. Like it doesn't need to be really bad either, but I think it also depends on my mood, of course, and what's happened around that time. But if I haven't perceived something that actually makes my life like something good happen recently, I I don't know. It's probably mostly because a lot of baggage, and just applying a few more kilos to that can eventually, if not break your back, actually at least wear your back out. Oh, what a metaphor! Amazing, amazing. Uh, yeah, it's it's just with everything I've been through, going through like new hardships. It depends on which hardships too, but um, like for let's say rejection, for example, which haven't really happened a lot of times in my life because I'm usually too afraid to even go there fully, but I've at least faced reaction like once on top of my head. And also I've been dumb too, but that isn't like the same reaction either. I don't know. I need to 1 second. Oh yeah, there we go. Like I haven't faced rejection too many times, but it's also just the thought has always scared me, and when it actually hits me, it hits me bad. Like I get ruined. Well, yeah. But it doesn't need to be a reaction either, it's just bad news overall. If something bad happens, I usually have a hard time dealing with it at the same time with my life. But it's also like I'm having trouble dealing with my life anyway, anyhow. So, like, as I said, a few more kilos on the baggage if I going to use that incredible metaphor. I'm ironic too, just to. It's not that bad of a metaphor, but it's also not like. It's not the most creative one. People have used a lot of similar metaphors, but that's usually how metaphors work to some extent. Like they have formulas to them, and people tend to just do the same ones. Like, never mind. I'm not gonna talk about metaphors too much. I'm not an expert by any stretch. But yeah, possibly getting Tinder, trying to actively date. Actually, I don't know. It would be nice. I can't remember when. I haven't been in love in a while. Can't remember last. Or I actually can't remember last. I think it was like about a year ago. I was, I guess, messing around. This sounds. It wasn't really that way either, but I was attracted to a girl that went here last year. She took the graduation this year, or yeah, this year. It's fall now, so she took this spring or the summer rather, the beginning of the summer. But I don't know. I was interested in her for a while. Like we didn't date. It was we hadn't even kissed yet then. Uh, but I was interested in her simply. Not like completely falling in love, just interested, I guess. Possibly in love. Yeah, and I can't remember after a while. I think I don't know that we ended up kissing. It was mostly on her initiative, very much on her initiative, to be honest. And that's also interesting. Maybe it's that what I didn't like too much. Maybe it was a little bit too fast for my taste. Um, because I believe like I might be demisexual, which to some it's a very loose sexuality, really. But it basically means that you're only attracted to people you know well, or that you actually need to know them. But it's not entirely true how it works for me. I'm not like, as I said, it's very loose. You might Google if you're interested, but also it can differ a lot. And it usually means that you're not attracted to people at all if you haven't if you don't know them simply. I can still get like attracted and sexually attracted to people I don't know, like someone I see on the street or whatever, Facebook or YouTube, whatever. I can actually like or Facebook is probably better. YouTube you can also almost learn to know people to some extent, aside at least the side they choose to show for you. And it can be very filtered though. This is not that filtered. I try to keep it as much as me as possible. That's also why I don't actually cut these videos, edit them. And it's also just because I want to talk and I'm not really interested in editing right now. I think I should focus on just making more videos, talking more first, because I think that's priority over flashy editing or good cameras. Or of course, I think it's important with if you're actually serious about this, and I am to some extent, but also not like I just want to do it simply and what's convenient for me and what's easy for me and what I want to do simply. And what I want to do is talk. And I like editing and stuff like that, but it also makes the workload so much more. And then I won't do this as often. Like the gaming videos, I edited a bit, and I'm probably gonna do edited content soon, or at least in the future. I want to do it. That's something I want to do at least in my life. Um, but yeah, like editing and stuff like that. But I also dislike it to some sense, especially when you put in. It's often how I have done it previously is more like getting stuff out, and that's the approach I'm on now too, is getting stuff out rather than flashing them up. But I would also like to do when I feel like it, when it feels like a good spot, or for me to do that is actually like pour my heart or my soul into the work a little bit more, like actually creating a polished product instead of this like on top of my head just conscious streaming consciousness, and rather create something more, it's not more productive per se, but something that needs more work. I've been very lazy about that. I haven't been able to put in a lot of work into anything lately, and that sucks. But that's also about like feeling like a very very blunt. I'm not feeling sharp, or my life just feels blunt, gray, and boring to some extent. Life is hard and complex, and I find I find existence very weird overall. And also, I'm broke right now, waiting for my student loan because waiting for the writing of high school points or college points or what the fuck they're called. Or I have them. It's just I'm waiting for the Ministry of Student Loans. That's really not what they're called, but it's good enough. Um, the people that administrate the student loan. They're I've sent my application, but apparently there's a lot of people trying to get student loans now too, even though like the term has started. And I thought it would go a lot faster by now, but I suppose it's because it's right before like the end of, if you don't if you don't if you don't administer, if you don't like send in the application before 4 weeks, you if you're not up to the requirements to get the student loan before that, you won't get the money for the months before that. But if you complete the requirements in 4 months or 4 weeks since the start of the term, then you will get the money that you have missed in those 4 weeks. So I will get, if I get money, I'm not sure. They might deny my application for some fucking reason, and then I don't know what to do. But I don't think they will. It's unlikely, but it's still there. It's if they confirm my application and get it through, I will actually get like 2 months money when I get my money, which probably is within a few weeks. But I don't know. It might be taking longer. It might be taking like half a month, even a month. They said up to 4 weeks the application may take, but that's usually how long it takes when you apply for it before you start. I don't know. Maybe I don't have. Maybe there's a lot of application, but I don't have the like entire workforce now. Maybe they wasn't prepared for this year for some reason. But yeah, I wait for my application to get reviewed. Hopefully, get money, and that will be fucking nice to actually have an income again in the first time of 9 months. 10 months? Oh my god. It will actually be 10 months. Holy shit. That's insane. That's really strange. Yeah, buddy, what a fucking thing. Who needs this shit? Really? I do. You do. Too, probably. I'm not too. I don't care about money that much. Of course, I care about it because that's how what makes the world go around. But I don't know. It would be nice getting rich to some extent if I work for it. I don't know. I don't know if I would actually want to be rich. Yeah, for sure. It would be better than this, I guess. Not having money isn't that fun, and I'm not I'm not poor either. Like I feel like an asshole when I feel like I'm like poor, which I ain't. I'm middle class. I'm a student too, but like my mother's middle class, so I can always fall back on that. So, and I also have the safety net of Sweden, so like things will work out for me most likely if I don't die. I don't know. I worry about money quite a lot, more than I want to. It's not very nice. It's not very nice to do. It's unnecessary too, but I mean it's so important. My rent is due now in 6 days, and I have no money. I need to pay. It doesn't matter how much it is, really. It's not a lot of money. For some, it may be, yeah, but that's monthly, my monthly cost. I don't think it's not too bad. It's not too good either. But not be able to pay the rent would suck. But then we just need to loan money from my mom or a friend or something. I need to start figuring that out because I don't think I will get my money before the rent is due. And I might actually also just try to get hold of the landlord or the economist rather and see if it's like just fine if I can pay it when I have the money because it's I would say it's about 95% chance that I would get it. That's my estimation, but it's a very random estimation too. But I technically should have. I have enough points. I have 75% of the entireness. I got 75% of that, and then you're eligible, you know, for the money. So it should be fine. Money, 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 money. Yeah, money sucks, and money are great. Money's fake too. It doesn't really exist, which is really fucking annoying because I'm aware of how bizarre concept money is. It's also that countries loan monies from themselves that don't really exist. There's a lot more money loaned than exists on this planet. It's just such a fucking hoax to just make people do shit, and like it's not that someone is actually enforcing it. It's not one person saying we're gonna have an economy of monies right now. To some extent it is, but it's something that's been decided for I don't know how long currencies have it, like the more form of currencies has existed, but it's for maybe 100 200 years in this form, in cash and coins and sometimes bills and stuff like that. I don't really know. And the concept of trading money have been the modern money, the more modern way of trading, not like trading, which you did back in the days, but money's been around for a very long time. For I think technically, I guess the Romans used money too, so it's over like 2,000 years. But I think it's been like up and down with actual using money. I think I don't know. I don't know much about this. Money's just fucking strange. It's simply that it's something that we've been carrying in generations, and we just kind of accept that the worlds revolve around it. But it's no one that really enforces it thoroughly. It's just that people go with the flow because what's the better? What would we do without money? How would we progress? I think the world would be better without money. I don't think money is a good way to solve things, but it's at least a way. And I don't know if you would do something else. Maybe it would work better or worse. I don't really know. Very unclear about that. Well, I think I'm done for today. I feel like I poured my heart out enough a little bit for almost 50 minutes in total. Yeah. Thanks for watching. These both videos are too long for my liking, but it always ends up being like 23 minutes for me, 25. It's a good time for me to record this. I like the length of them, but it also gets very messy because I usually talk about multiple topics, and if I would cut it down to like 15 minutes, it would be less of that. But also with the edited stuff, that will be better because then I can actually just talk how much I want, cut it down to how much I want. I'm gonna do that in the future, but I don't know when. Well, thanks for watching. Have a good day. Hope you're feeling well. I'm not, but this at least is making me feel a little bit better, and that's nice. Bye.